Hello everyone, I'm meteorologist Charlie Ironmonger. Thank you so much for joining me today for your 9 a.m. news and weather updates from the First Alert Desk. Now, Greenville, the city of Greenville, is expected to start a garbage cart rollback fee. Now, the city of Greenville and the city council approved changes to an ordinance in November that will enforce a $25 service fee on residents who fail to remove their rollout carts after trash is collected. Now, the ordinance specifies that carts can be placed as early as noon the day before the collection, but must be removed by noon the day after trash is picked up. The city has been taking an educational approach to enforce the ordinance, but will now be fining residents beginning today. City officials say the ordinance aims to lessen the number of trash bins left out on the streets. The ordinance does not apply to any special services or residents, those with medical conditions that prevent them from rolling out their carts, provided they apply for and receive that designation from the city. And now we want to turn our attention to the Trump administration, as recent economy reports now point towards an economy, a GDP, that is actively shrinking. NBC's Alice Barr has more on the potential recession.
It's going to be about 40%.
Under pressure from some troubling economic news, a Commerce Department report showing the U.S. economy shrank slightly during the first 3 months of the year. President Trump shifting blame.
That's Biden. That's not Trump, because we came in on January. This is the quarterly numbers.
It was a quarter during which President Trump was in office for all but 20 days, and when economists say businesses rushed to buy imports before tariffs kicked in, dragging down U.S. production. Surveys also showing consumer confidence down.
Taking a hit in what Americans expect in the next 6 months. We're talking business conditions, employment prospects, and future income as well.
In some of her most high-profile comments since her election loss, former Vice President Kamala Harris saying President Trump owns this economy and his policy moves.
Tariffs that, as I predicted, are clearly inviting a recession.
The president acknowledging his triple-digit tariffs on China could cause shortages of some goods and higher prices.
Maybe the children will have $2 instead of $30, and maybe the $2 will cost a couple of bucks more than they would normally.
While insisting the payoff will be worth it, pointing to new investments in U.S. manufacturing.
They're really coming in fast.
Overnight, an effort to roll back President Trump's tariffs failed.
Motion to table is agreed to.
In the Senate, though it did have some bipartisan support. The president urging increasingly anxious Americans to be patient as he works to reshape global trade. In Washington, Alice Barr, NBC News.
Well, thank you very much, Alice, for that report. We now want to turn our attention to your weather forecast, where out your door right now, we're seeing plenty of sunshine. Here's a look outside through our Washington camp. 72 degrees right now in Washington, southwesterly wind at 9 miles an hour, and humidity near that 60-degree mark. Now, again, we had a few isolated storms last night and earlier this morning. Now, a lot of those raindrops have come and gone. We'll see another round of rain showing up again for tomorrow evening into tomorrow night. But again, right now, looks like the weekend will be the holder of most moisture in terms of rainfall over the next 8 days. Now, current air temperatures reading between the upper 60s to mid 70s. We've got 68 in Plymouth, 74 in Edenton, as well as Stumpy Point. Inland areas looks like 71, 72, 73 degrees throughout just about all of eastern North Carolina. Winds out of the southwest today, though, coupled with that sunshine, will help warm us up into the mid 80s coming up this afternoon. Some areas may actually have an opportunity to see the upper 80s. Wind gusts right now not quite as strong as your sustained winds. Right now, sustained winds 6 to 12 miles an hour. Gusts along the coast anywhere between around 15 up to about 25 miles an hour. But for later on today, again, mostly sunny skies for some, partly sunny skies for others, but air temperatures back in the mid 80s. We will cool quickly down to the mid 70s by 8, low 70s as we head towards 10 and 11 p.m. Tomorrow morning, again, maybe a little bit more cloud cover, but still maintaining some sun breaks. So likely still end up seeing the 80s, and not only the 80s, the mid 80s coming up tomorrow afternoon, as the south-southwesterly wind will keep the heat elevated and the humidity elevated as well. So as far as raindrops go, we're not going to be seeing a lot here over the next really 24 to 48 hours. We could see some, and any drops that we get will be encouraging, but again, not looking like we're going to see any widespread rain. There you saw, again, a little bit of a flash of some showers and downpours, some pop-up stuff coming up late Friday evening into Friday night, but the front that's really going to power a lot of the rain activity and the thunderstorm threat across eastern North Carolina this coming weekend won't arrive until we get into your Saturday evening to Saturday night. Here's kind of a look at the old breakdown. Yeah, we've got essentially 3 low-pressure systems and cold fronts sitting off to our west that will be approaching the area. That first one, again, coming through late Friday night into early Saturday morning. Second one shifts its way further up towards the north, so not going to be experiencing any impacts out of that system. But then we've got this other cold front, the last of the 3, the clearer of the bunch, that will likely roll through again late Saturday into Sunday. Right now, it does look like a lot of those rain showers are really going to help lower your air temperatures as well as humidity, as highs will go from the mid-80s Friday and Saturday into the upper 70s for Monday and Tuesday of next week, with overnight lows returning to the upper 50s. That's all we have time for today's 9 a.m. news and weather update from the First Alert Desk. I want to thank you all so much for joining me today. We'll be back with more news and weather coming up at the top of the hour. Until then, I hope you all have a fantastic Thursday.
This hour of the WITN First Alert Desk is sponsored by ENC Pirate Realty.